All right, Shalom, Harlem. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Yonkers. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We've been on these streets since 1969, trying to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that you are the true Jews of the Bible. We've been on these streets to teach our people that there is laws that we as a people must keep. That's what this class today is called. This class today is called the law class. Okay, and that's what we study. We study the laws that God gave unto his people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. First law we're going to go through is is the ones that most people are known for. Everybody know about, people don't understand. There are 613 plus laws within the scriptures. Okay? There's only, people only seem to know about 10 of them. But here's the problem. They don't even want to follow those 10. In our community, you'll find all sorts of adultery. You'll find all sorts of covetousness. You'll find all sorts of thievery. You'll find all sorts of murder. And guess what else you'll find? All sorts of idol worship. And that's the problem. Tomorrow, our people will be going out having all types of idol worship and worshiping of another god, an ancient god called Janus. Okay? Janus or Janus, which is the god of New Year's. Okay? Or the god of doors. Okay? That's where New Year's comes from. A false god. And we're going to get that in the scriptures. Give me Exodus 20:1. Okay? And that's the problem. Our people as a whole don't understand what it means to sin. Sin simply means to go against what the law says. And that's what this scripture is telling you to do. Okay? Let's see what God said to do. Give me 20:1.
Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 1. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
I am the Most High your God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Okay, what is the Most High saying there? I'm the one you come to for help. I'm the one who will get you out of a bad situation. Our people are over here right now praying for this day to be over, like COVID-19. COVID-19 isn't going to follow us into 2021. Like, they're already saying that January is going to be possibly worse because of Christmas and New Year's. Okay, keep going.
Out of the house of
do that. Okay, we're already saying that you already got doctors and stuff saying that our people will be destroyed, right? That'll be worse for our people here in 2021. It'll be worse for everybody in 2021 because of how they wanted to treat Christmas. Why? Because they want to think that God is a joke. The Most High God is not a joke. And when you treat him as such, that's what happens. Okay? You get higher coronavirus numbers. More of your people have to die because you think when God sends a plague, that is just a game. Okay, give me what you got. Keep reading.
Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. He took us out of the land of bondage, meaning what? Slavery. He took us out of slavery, right? So we could go and serve him and him only. So what do we now do? He's saying that the right thing for you to do, what you should be doing, is serving no one else but me. I should be the center of your attention. Keep going.
Verse 4. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
What is a graven image or any likeness that is in anything in heaven above? Give me an idea. Give me an idea.
Planet?
A planet? No. Okay, if you want to go with something above in heaven above, what do you think that ball is supposed to represent? It's all nice and it's shiny. The New Year's Eve ball. It's all nice and shiny.
Star.
Exactly. That represents a star. That's star worship.
Right.
Okay? Y'all waiting on this star, so hopeful that the star will bring you into prosperity and will bring you some good. The star will not bring you good. If the star was going to bring you good, what happened in 2020? Why was 2020 such a horrible year if the star is so great? New year, new me, and now your mama's dead. Now you're dead. Now you've got you've got issues because of this coronavirus, whatever reason. You're unemployed. Your health is out of whack. You've lost a loved one. Okay? Here's what you need to understand. This is not the new year. The new year is in the springtime. We'll get that for you. Keep going.
Or that is in the earth beneath.
Or that is in the earth beneath. Meaning what? You can't do what the Egyptians did and want to have a falcon man as your god, or Anubis, or whatever they want to call him in Kemet, which is a dog with a man's body, or a man with a dog's head. Whatever stupidity they want to do. That's not going to happen, right? Okay? Anubis, okay? You can't worship the things that are in the earth beneath. Keep going.
Or what is in the water under the earth.
And I think the Philistines used to worship a fish. Some fish creature called Dagon. It's who the Philistines used to worship. That was a fish god, a fish head. Okay? The Most High explained to our people,
So you said Argon?
Dagon.
Dagon?
Yeah, D-A-G-O-N. Okay, meaning what? The Most High had a problem with our people bowing down to these things. We as a people were never supposed to bow down to idols. But here's the problem. Our people want to bow down to these idols. Our people want to worship these things. So we have to be punished for it. Give me 5.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
You are not allowed to bow yourself to an idol. You are not allowed to go out tomorrow in the middle of Times Square in the freezing cold. Matter of fact, give the Most High a hand because it's supposed to be raining tomorrow. This whole weekend is supposed to be raining. You are not supposed to go out and metaphorically bow yourself down to this idol. You don't have to, black man, Hispanic man, understand this. You do not have to physically bow your head down to a false idol in order for that to be the thing. If I tell you Merry Christmas, I have bowed the knee to Baal. I've never gone anywhere near a Christmas tree. Okay? I don't take gifts or none of that. But Merry Christmas. I'll come to your Christmas party and I'll wear the sweater. Right? I'll accept the gift. I won't give you a gift, but I'll accept the gift. I have bowed the knee to Baal. Here's what you need to do during this time of year. Tell everybody who tells you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, you disgust God. And those holidays are an abomination to him. End of story. Anything else, you have bowed the knee to Baal. You have served the other nations. Right? Keep reading.
Nor serve them.
Okay, you cannot serve these other nations. Why does it say that? That's what the Christmas tree is for. That's what the gifts are for. That's what the card that you give your woman for Valentine's Day is for. I'm not celebrating Valentine's Day. I just bought her some chocolates. Don't give that whore anything. Here's what you do. Nothing. Enjoy it like it's a regular goddamn day. Okay? You want to buy your woman some chocolates? Do it on the 26th of April. Do it on the 9th of July. Do it on the 10th of September. Random goddamn days. That's when you show your love to your wife. Not when your oppressor says so. You know why? Because then you're just serving another God. Keep going.
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
We serve a jealous God. Our God is jealous. Meaning what? He does not like it when you go trying to serve something other than him. Okay? So what happens when someone's jealous? They do things in their jealousy. We're going to find out what the Most High does to you if he's jealous. Keep going.
Visiting the iniquity.
What is iniquity? Crimes, wrongdoings, your evil. I will visit your evil. Keep going.
Of the fathers upon the children of the third and fourth generation.
Upon the children, read that again. Read what's called upon the children. That's the important part. The children. I'm not just going to punish you for celebrating New Year's. Your son's going to die in the frigid cold from celebrating New Year's. No, that was me. Your son's gonna die in the cold from celebrating New Year's. What's called your mother's gonna get coronavirus. Your daughter's going to be hurt in some way. Some evil is gonna happen to your children in the future because you decided to celebrate New Year's. That's what he's saying here. I didn't want you to celebrate New Year's, and you taught it to your children. So now your children have to suffer. Come.
Is that why Job sacrificed in case his children sin?
So what?
Is that why Job made sacrifices for his children in case they sin?
Well, you'd have to show me that. Yeah, come show me in the book of Job. Come. Because I know his children died. You saying after the fact or before the fact?
Before he was tempted.
Before he was tempted, he made sacrifices?
Right.
Pull it, Bob, for sure. Job what? You know the chapter and verse? So now I'll get this for you. 1 sec. Okay.
The book of Job, chapter 1, verse 5.
Okay, Khan, then yeah, that is the fact. Yeah, Khan, that is the reason. Khan, because he clearly said it. If I say the kids did sin, then you do the sacrifice ahead of time. Okay, but at the end of the day, okay, God will punish your entire house. Keep going. Of them that
to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
And who else does this matter to? This also matters to our oppressor. What's called in enslaving us and destroying our people, our oppressor showed that he hates our people. Most High and Church, okay. Alright, I'm gonna get that. Con. Okay, keep going. Okay, we back in what's it called? Give me verse 6. Meaning what? This is for our oppressor. He's going to punish our oppressor for the evils they've done to us. He's going to punish them for the evils of making our people slaves, of raping our nation. They showed that they hate God by that. So what is that? What? That's your phone? No, you good. Okay.
Verse 6.
Yeah, Con, read verse 6.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me.
Meaning what? Us, when we come in here and we explain, we understand. We're not saying this to in any way make anyone feel bad. We're not saying this with the intent of you're evil, so this should happen to you, so on and so forth. We're saying this so that you can come and say, or you can someone say, we did the same thing that we did. We came in and had to realize we were wrong for getting drunk on New Year's Eve. Okay, we were wrong for teaching ourselves, for participating and teaching to our children Christmas and Thanksgiving and 4th of July, right? We were wrong for those things because what? We didn't know that that made our Father, the Most High God, hate us. But, and there's something you have to understand. Whenever you see the word mercy, here's what you have to understand. Mercy means I have the power to kill you. That's what all mercy is. But I'm not going to use it. That's mercy. You cannot have mercy without the power to punish or kill. Right? I'm going to show you mercy, meaning what? I was wrong. I celebrated New Year's. I celebrated Halloween. I celebrated Christmas, right? But I saw that I was wrong. I saw that what I did made God hate me. And I said, I don't want God to hate me. I want God to love me. Why? Because I love him. So I'm going to give up Christmas. I'm going to give up New Year's. I'm going to give up all these holidays because I want his love. And then because of that, verse 6.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me.
That love me, right? Keep going.
Keep my commandments.
And keep my commandments. What does that mean?
Keep the law.
Meaning what? Those who turn back and keep his commandments and say, I was wrong for celebrating Christmas. Because understand, that's what this verse is really about. It's not talking about somebody who's always kept the law, because you don't need mercy then. Like I said, mercy is only for somebody who, has the power to kill you. You don't have the power to kill a righteous person. They've done nothing worthy of death. But I've celebrated New Year's. I technically am worthy of death. But the Most High is showing mercy to me because I've shown I love him. Okay. Drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 17:1. Okay, now we're about to get into what happens and what the law says should happen to someone who breaks the law.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17.
Or worships an idol. Keep going.
Verse 1. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Most
High. Salakia. Give me verse 2. Verse 2.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 2. If there be found among you within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, man or woman, that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, and transgressing his covenant. Verse 3.
Now, what does that mean? Break that down.
A man or a woman that breaks the law.
No. Give me more. Not just about breaking the law.
Then what does it mean by wrought wickedness?
Okay, Salakia. Give me verse 3. You'll need verse 3.
And hath gone and served other gods.
That's how they wrought the wickedness. Salakia. That's my mistake. Keep going.
And worship them.
Right? Served other gods and worship them. Now, now what is this talking about? This is the Most High. Understand, your Christian church does not teach you that this Bible is not a religious book. Okay? This book, the Bible, is a record of our laws, our history, okay, and our protocols on how our nation runs. Okay? The Bible shows blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, regardless of where you are on the earth and what situation you are in, this is how you come back to being a nation again. This is how you go, this is how you can come back and stop being slaves. Okay? Keep going. And worship
either the sun or moon or any of the host of heaven.
Like tomorrow, they're about to go and watch some fake metaphorical star come from the sky and say that's the end of the year, right? The year has ended when everything's still dead, right? Okay, that's what they think the new year is, right? Keep going.
Which I have not commanded.
Show me where in the Bible, for all y'all church-loving people, okay, a lot of our people are probably gonna pack a church if they're not afraid of this goddamn coronavirus, okay? And they're gonna sit in a church talking about Happy New Year. Show me where in the Bible, Christian, where in this Bible right now, show me, does it say that the new year is in the dead of winter? When everything is dead, right? You can't. Keep going.
Verse 4, and it be told thee.
And you find out, right? You find out that a brother or sister is going around worshiping, having a Christmas tree up in their house, telling their kids that they can go out, what's called, in some goddamn costume and get money and get candy from strangers. You find out that your brother thinks it's okay and a good idea to have his family over, right, to celebrate the destruction of our brothers and sisters, the Native Indians. Keep going.
That thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be true.
And you go and you find out, yo, yeah, my brother really did go out and buy that turkey. Yeah, he did go out and buy a tree. Yeah, he did buy fireworks and buy a brand new grill with some charcoal on July 2nd. Right? No, that's me. God, he did do all those things, right? Keep going.
And the thing certain that such abomination is brought in Israel.
And you find out that such a thing is actually happening. Keep going.
Verse 5. Then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing.
Meaning the cat who did that evil, right? Anybody involved in celebrating that Christmas tree. Anyone involved in eating that Thanksgiving dinner. Anyone involved in being out there to watch balls drop. Understand, that is the most homosexual thing I've ever heard of. Y'all sitting there watching balls drop. We're going to get into that one in a second, matter of fact. That might be one of the last scriptures we do tonight. Keep going.
Unto thy gates, even that man.
Shalom, if y'all got any questions online, let me know. Keep going.
Or that woman, and shall stone them with stones.
Stone them with what?
With stones.
With what?
With stones.
Meaning what? Keep going.
Till they die.
Now, let me explain something to you that you may not be able to understand. Matter of fact, hold this. Give me chapter 7, verse, I want to say 4 or 5. Start at 1, actually. 7 and 1. Now, here's one thing I need you to understand first off. Deuteronomy 7 and 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and has cast out many nations before thee.
Okay, stop. Drop down to verse 2. Okay, so we're supposed to go here and take out these nations, right? That are what's called, and just deal with them, right? And let's see how we deal with them. Keep going.
And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them, and thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them.
Okay, now, meaning what? So we're supposed to go in, we're supposed to take these people's land, right, and utterly destroy them. Make no covenant with them, right? Now, here's what the Christian church doesn't want you to understand, and what's important and imperative for you to understand. Read verse 5.
But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars.
What is their altars? That's the place where they go to worship their God. Keep going. And make their sacrifices to their God. Keep going.
And break down their images.
And break down their images, right?
And cut down their groves.
Keep going.
And burn their graven images with fire.
Meaning what? We're supposed to go into their territory and destroy all aspects of their, what you would call their religious belief. Any aspect of their God, anything having to do with their God gets destroyed. We go back to verse 17. Okay, so what is this letting you know? Read 5 from the top. It's very simple.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 5. Then shalt thou bring forth the man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even that man or that woman, and shall stone them with stones till they die.
Very good. In the nation of Israel, regardless of what your pastor tries to tell you, there is no freedom of religion. Read the end of that. If you want to worship another God and shout,
stone them with stones till they die.
You shall be stoned with stones until you die. Right? That's what happens to you. There is no freedom of religion in this nation. You will do as you're told. And you're told not to put no goddamn tree in your goddamn house. Keep going.
Verse 6. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death.
Meaning what? If I have 5 people that can all tell me, yeah, you're celebrating Christmas, or yeah, I saw you at the New Year's festival. Yeah, we was all watching, we was on our phones, and we happened to change the channel and saw that Rock the Bells crap, and we saw you there trying to get a kiss from Mariah Carey while she's sang whatever goddamn Christmas song. Yeah, we saw you. You're about to be put to death now, right? Because you want to serve another God. That is a death penalty crime. You do not have freedom of religion according to the Bible. You will do as you're goddamn told, or you'll be killed. Keep going.
But at the mouth of 2, but at the mouth of 1 witness, he shall not be put to death. Verse 7.
Okay, you can drop that. Now we're gonna drop that. Give me Leviticus 23. and 2. Read it. Actually, start at verse 1.
Start at verse 1.
Yeah, time verse 1.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. And the Most High spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Most High.
Now stop. I bet a lot of y'all don't even know God has feast days. There are days in the Bible that God wants celebrated. God wants you to eat a feast on days that He set. But here's the problem. You want to do the days that God didn't command. You want to do the days that your oppressor commanded. You want to do the days that seem good to you and make you feel good. When God's going to kill you for it. God wants you to love Him. Loving Him is celebrating His holidays and only His holidays. Keep going.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feast days.
Okay.
Are my feasts.
Are my feasts, right? Drop to verse 4.
These are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations.
Right, keep going.
Which ye shall proclaim in their seasons.
Which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Meaning, keep going. Meaning what? You'll let them know that these are the times and these days should happen. Keep going.
And the 14th day of the first month.
Of the what?
Of the first month.
Of the what?
Of the first month.
Meaning what? In the 14th day of the first month. Let's see when our first month is. Keep going.
At even is the Most High's Passover.
Most High's what?
Passover.
Most High's what?
Passover.
The Passover is the beginning of the year. The Bible tells you that right here. Everybody knows the Passover is March to April when you go by the Gregorian calendar, right? But we want to use okay, that only makes sense. Why? Because everything in the earth is renewed during that time, okay? The plant life comes back. All the birds start to come back from wherever they were hibernating. Everything comes out of their hole, right? What's it called? But we want to listen to a simpleton, our oppressor, the devil in the earth, right? And think that when everything's dead, that's when the earth is made anew somehow. Right? That's not what God said. Okay? The 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. But notice, we do not have a feast or a holy day on the first day of the year. Why? Because it means nothing to us. We celebrate the Lord's Passover. What's the Lord's Passover? When God saved us from our enemies. That's what we celebrate. We celebrate nothing else. Keep going, y'all. Up.
Verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread. unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread.
And then we go on and have a feast where we basically eat nothing but tacos. Unleavened bread is basically tortilla. Okay, you cannot have leaven in your house for 1 week. Okay, and you cannot eat leaven for 1 week. Okay, these are our holy days. We do not go out and watch balls drop. That's homosexual. With that, give me one in Romans 1:24. John.
The book of Romans.
Salakia. 22.
Okay. The book of Romans chapter 1 verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Our people think they so wise and know the right way to do things. It is not going by what the Most High said. The Most High said, train a child up in the way he should go. He should go, and when he is older, he shall not depart. You touch a child to be a spoiled brat who believes that a fat white man gives them everything. You touch your child to believe that if they have a tooth knocked out, a white woman will get, or a magic fairy. And let's be real, that magic fairy is white. Like I've never seen any depiction of the tooth fairy being a black woman. Right? Somehow, that magic fairy just needs your child's teeth and she's going to give him $5 for it. That's what you teach your children. Because you think your children will be left out and be hurt in some way if they don't have $5 underneath their pillow. Here's the thing. You're as much of a stupid child as the child you have. Okay? You're weak if you honestly believe that your child crying over a Christmas gift will destroy them in life. Okay? Here's the problem. You gave in to peer pressure. That's why you're a pothead. That's why all you do is smoke weed. Because you're just like you didn't want to be left out, so you smoked weed just like everybody else. Well, congratulations. Now you're teaching it to your son. Now you're teaching it to your daughter, and they'll go on to do drugs. And they'll go on to have risque sex. And they'll go on to make bad decisions. Because everyone else is doing it, and they don't want to be left out. That's what this creates. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Because they think your child's gonna be so messed up because they didn't have a Christmas gift. Right? You're a fool. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. You thinking that you're hurting a child, really is what you're doing is making a child master over you. God forbid you don't spend money you don't have to make a child happy. You realize 364 of the other days of the year, you're telling that child no, right? Keep going.
Verse 23, and change the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and to four-footed beasts.
To birds and to four-footed beasts. Meaning what? And change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible men, and to birds, and to four-footed beasts, and
creeping things.
Meaning what? Corruptible man. They think that Santa Claus can save them. They think the Easter bunny can save them. They think this Christmas tree will save them. Like people really think it destroys a child not to have Christmas, or it destroys a child not to have a birthday. Here's what destroys a child. You not letting judgment run down as a stream of many waters. That's what destroys your child. You allowing your child to be a homosexual is what's destroying your child. Okay? You allowing your child to worship the image of white Jesus or Caesar Borgia is what's destroying your child. Okay? What's called New Year's destroys your child. Keep going.
Verse 24. For where God...
Wherefore?
Right.
Wherefore?
Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness.
I know, God, keep going.
Through the lusts of their own hearts.
Through the lust of their own heart. What does that mean? Meaning what? What's called, he allowed them to get AIDS. He allowed them to get HIV. He allowed you to take to be stupid enough to take your 5-year-olds out, right? During during New Year's, so he could freeze to death. He allowed a sister to be out during Labor Day, and her 5-year-old baby gets shot and dies. He allowed another brother, like a year or two ago, who worked for Governor Cuomo out here in New York, to also be shot during Labor Day. He allowed your mother to die from this coronavirus. He allowed your father to get sick from the coronavirus. He allowed you to become unemployed through this coronavirus. He gave you up to your own uncleanness. Okay? You want to be a homosexual? Well, this is what happens to homosexuals. HIV. Keep going.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
To dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Meaning what? The homosexuality. You dishonor your own bodies when you roll up and say happy 420, bro. You dishonor your body. Y'all about to really dishonor your bodies right now. And it's so disgusting. I can't get this through my head. I had heard about it, but I never really thought it was that widespread. Like, I don't understand how you can be in the middle of freaking Town Goddamn Square and kiss the next person. Like the next stranger that's right next to you. Man, that is homosexual, my guy. You do not know what shorty's lips have been. And I'm talking about the straight cats who are kissing some woman, random woman. You don't know where her lips have been. That is homosexual. Okay? And everything else that happens, y'all should know y'all homosexual. But even the cats that say it's a woman or you think it's a woman. And let me explain something to you. Y'all brothers got to be adamant and got to be checking these sisters. Because in today's society, what the evils that our oppressor is doing, you don't know what the hell you nestled up with in Times Square. Okay? So, like, if y'all actually walk outside of town, I know the tourists probably don't know, but if y'all from the city and haven't, like, walked around that part of the city, like, at night, walk around that part of the city, and you'll question if you want to kiss something random on New Year's Eve at Times Square. Especially if you're going to be drunk and can't see all that well. I'll help you out for those who aren't aware. That might be a man. You might be kissing a man at Times Square tomorrow night. So here's what I would suggest. I would suggest you don't do that. I would suggest you shut up, get in class, or stay in your goddamn house. Keep going.
Verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
The truth of God is that the New Year is in the springtime. The truth of God is that the two men can't love each other and kiss each other. You will end up with AIDS. The truth of God is that there is no purpose in putting a Christmas tree up in your house. The truth of God, and now I'm skipping on, is that Martin Luther King was a filthy, disgusting traitor, and he deserved his death. And that was sanctioned by God. Keep going.
And worship and serve the Creator more than the Creator.
No, the creation, the creature.
Oh, Salaki.
Your time.
And serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
Amen, right? They serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. What does that mean? Meaning, we went out thinking we were smarter. The black woman is God. What's it called? Cuomo said earlier this year, God didn't get rid of the coronavirus. We were able to get rid of the coronavirus. Now we're hitting 300 cases a day. 3,000 people are dying daily from coronavirus right now. It's so bad, people aren't even really talking about the numbers, unless you like really watch the news. That's how bad it gets when you worship the creator, the creature more than the Creator. Okay? Keep reading.
For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affections.
The Most High allowed you to be destroyed by this coronavirus. Okay? The Most High allowed you to have stupid leadership that wouldn't shut down the country. I don't know about you, like, I would have shut down every shop Christmas week. Like, between Christmas and New Year's, there wouldn't have been anything open for you to go enjoy. Okay, I know the theaters and all that open. There'll be no malls open. There's already no dining service. You wouldn't even be able to dine out though. You wouldn't be able to buy your last minute Christmas gifts. You wouldn't be able to do none of that. You'd have to stay in the house. But because we serve a mighty God and he wants to kill you with this virus, he's going to leave everything open so you can go celebrate your pagan holiday and he can kill you for it. Give the Most High a hand for his genius. The Most High is allowing you to kill yourself with this goddamn holiday. Okay? And that's what's happening. Keep reading.
For even their women, they change the natural use into that which is against nature.
The women change their natural use into that which is against nature. Keep going.
Verse 27.
Meaning what? This is talking about lesbianism. Our women should not be trying to have sex with each other, okay, like these homosexuals do. Okay, lesbianism and homosexuality, which is just another. Lesbianism is homosexuality. Okay, black and Hispanic men and women should be with each other, not each other. A black man should not be with another black man. That is disgusting. And the black woman should be with a black man, not a black woman or any woman. Keep reading. 26. No, so like 27. Yeah.
And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burning their lust, one towards another.
One towards another, keep going.
Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
Which was good. Meat in this instance means good. Okay, meaning what? These cats want to be homosexuals. Y'all want to go out, drop that, give me Wisdom of Solomon, the Apocrypha, verse 14. We about to end off soon. Meaning what? We're about to go and you're about to do all these homosexual acts, kissing men in the middle of the street that you don't even know, right? You're going to be punished for it. You're going to get more coronavirus. Okay, for your actions. Give me Wisdom of Solomon when you got it. 14 and 1. 14.
The book of
Slack. 8, verse 8. Give me verse 8. Come on.
Chapter 14, verse 8.
Come on.
Wisdom of Solomon and the Apocrypha, chapter 14, verse 8. But that which is made with hands is cursed.
That which is made with hands is cursed. That ball was made with hands. They had some idea to say, let's reign in our new year. Meaning what? That's made with another set of hands. Some cat named Gregor, some guy named Julius went back thousands of years ago and said, we need to make this day in the dead of winter, right? They took their hand, pointed out whatever fake calendar they made, right? Because God gave us a calendar. What's our calendar? What's our months based on? The moon, right? Took their hand and said, with our fake calendar, this will be the new year in the winter, right? That's made with hands, just like that goddamn ball, right? Keep reading.
As well it.
I got it. Keep going.
As he that made it.
That made it. As well it as he that made it. Meaning what? What's called your Julian or Julius, because the original calendar where this comes from is supposedly Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar and Gregory are cursed, right? The so-called white man is cursed for creating this. Our oppressor is cursed for creating this calendar, which goes against what the Most High created. And here's the thing: you're cursed also when you follow his calendar. You can find that in Revelations. Okay. Are those who love and who maketh and loveth a lie are also will be taken from the kingdom of heaven. You won't make the kingdom. Why? Because you want to love something that God hates. Keep going.
He, because he made it, and it, because being corruptible, it was called God.
Keep going.
Verse 9. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful.
How what?
Hate,
Are what?
and his ungodliness are both alike hateful.
Keep going.
Unto God.
Meaning what? Let's keep on verse 10.
For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it.
Meaning what? God hates you and your Christmas. Your Thanksgiving, he's not there. He's not with you when you're praying over your poor. Okay? This is what God hates. Okay? You will be punished. That's what God said. That's in the law, and we're getting it from the wisest man on earth. You'll be punished for this evil, for worshiping of another God. Right? Keep going. Verse 11.
Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation.
And meaning what? It doesn't even matter about the children of Israel and what they do. God will punish the Gentiles, these other nations, for their gods. Buddha, the Chinese and the East Indian will get a punishment for worshiping Buddha. Okay? Those atheists that want to worship a spaghetti monster, yeah, they'll have a survey coming when the black man named Jesus Christ cracks their skull. Okay? What's it called? All these nations will pay for the evil they've done to our nation. Okay? And for what's called worshiping something that is a creature instead of the creator. And with that, we're going to end it up. We are the Israelites, okay? Baba Kushah, we're going to end it off. Baba Kushah, y'all what's up? Khan. With that, we pass the class over to the priest and officer. Y'all what's up? Y'all. Khan.